Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So if you have accepted that your way, feel free to stay, and by stay I mean hit that subscribe button and make sure that you turn on the post notifications so that you're notified every single time I upload a video. So like the best thing ever invented since sliced bread. Okay, I'm just gonna talk about like my experience with menstrual cup. I bought my cup, I don't actually remember, I bought it earlier on, beginning of this year, and I have the Organicup. So it's this one, and I've got the size A. So they come in different sizes. I pretty much got this brand, like I mean there's like so many different brands, but I got this one purely because it's vegan. As you know, I'm not vegan, but I'm trying to, if where possible, if I can limit how much I like put my money towards things that I either like tested on animals or that has some form of animal cruelty in them, I will do that. That's where I'm at this year. I'm just trying to like make sure that I go with that route. But yeah, so pretty much I got this one, and this is the like packaging, and it pretty much just comes in this, and I bought it on Amazon, by the way, so you don't have to actually go to the website. Like I pretty much just bought it on Amazon. Yeah, that's pretty much what the inside looks like. In step 1, it's about insertion, which is this side, and then step 2 it tells you about the wear, and then step 3 tells you about how to remove it. So it kind of like tries to help you and like explain everything. And yeah, so not that I actually read any of this, but like I kind of figured it out as I went through, to be fair, I'm not gonna lie. It explains everything. It's like what you do, blah blah blah, the size, what size you need. I think this company has 2 sizes. There's people that haven't given birth and people that have given birth, but I know some other brands is like people that have like teenagers, and then people that have like adults, so teenagers, adults, and then like people that have given birth. Does that make sense? Yeah, anyways, so it comes in a little bag, but like you keep it in this like little bag. Main reason why I'm not gonna show it is because like it's stained, if that makes sense, based from like what it looked like when it was new to, I mean I've been using this cup for like what, 6 months, 7 months. Yeah, I've been using it for like quite a while basically, so that's pretty much what I'm not gonna show it, because you don't need to see it. Like you can see it here, that's what it looks like. So when I got it, I was a bit like, I don't know how this is gonna go, so I was a bit skeptical about like how everything would be, but I have to say I absolutely love it. Like I love it. Like I would never ever, like never would I go back. Like this is the best silicone thing, like the next best silicone thing that's gone inside. Is that too much information? Never mind. I'm gonna start with how I felt the first time I actually used it. So issues I had with it was I couldn't figure out which fold to do. It took me a while to figure out which fold was easier and all that and this and the other. So I tried the C fold. You like squish it and then you fold it on itself. It forms the shape of a C, and then that fold, it kind of was just, oh this is so, oh my god, I swear if like my video gets banned on YouTube, I don't even know, like I swear, like it was too thick. I kind of had to figure out which way to do it, and the first time that I used it, I pretty much was putting lube on it, and I was literally wearing gloves. One, because my nails were too long at that time, so I didn't want to like pinch my skin on the inside, so I had to like, I literally wear gloves, and then I'd put lube around the cup so that I could put it in. That wasn't really the best idea. Like to an extent it was okay, but also at the same time I feel like the lube kind of made it too, like it didn't allow the vacuum to like really adhere. Like it would kind of like, because I had like a little bit of like moments where there's like a little bit of like my period would be on my panty liner and stuff, but it's not like the cup was like extremely full. It was just purely because it would move around quite a bit because of the amount of lube that I put on there. So that was one issue that I encountered at the beginning. But as time kind of went on, I figured out that the best fold that I do is in that way, and then I squish it to the point where I literally have just this much. If you can see, I'm not gonna come close to the camera because I already told you, like, yeah, about this much. So this is how, like, the entry point, the best way for me that I figured out, like, to actually insert it, and it's like the most comfortable, and it's like the quickest way for me to get it in. So while it's in, literally like the first month, I wore it for like after the time of my period was like 5 days, and it was fine. Only thing was I had 2 moments where obviously I end up, like, at night time I decided that, like, I'd rather put a pad on. Like, I would wear this and then also put a pad because my, like, night flow is, like, really heavy, so the cup would, like, overly fill up by the time next morning. And then the other time I had made the mistake of not emptying my cup before going to bed, so I ended up waking up, I think it was like 3 in the morning, and I had to run to the toilet and, like, clean myself off and everything. But apart from that, those are the only issues I've had with it, like, nothing. And then, like, also is like the little stem at the bottom that I had to pretty much trim to the point where it's not poking, because the stem is a little bit longer when you initially buy it, but I had to, like, trim mine to the size where you're not feeling it, like, poking, like, your sides a bit, because it can kind of poke. But apart from that, it's like the best thing ever. Like, I have 0 worries, like, at all. The first 3 months was like a bit of like trial and error, because I had, like, my near moments and whatever, of which to an extent it kind of helped because, like, we were in quarantine at the time, so I didn't really have to worry about me potentially messing myself while I'm, like, outside, because who was going outside. But now on the positive, the other best thing ever is the selling point for me, the best part for me is the fact that I don't smell my period. Like, I do not smell my period. That thing with, like, tampons and pads where it's like you have one and you can kind of, like, I don't know, maybe it's just me, I'm just very insecure about, like, how I smell when you're on your period, as much as, like, you're wearing a pad and stuff. But, like, I've always thought that, like, I can smell my period. Like, even if my pad's not full, I've always felt like I can still smell it, or maybe it's just in my head. So that whole smell that you get with, like, a period, like, you know, you've worn a pad for, like, quite a while and then, like, you go on to, like, change it, like, it's quite strong, the smell of it. Same with a tampon. But with this, you get 0, because also, like, there's, like, no interference, like, any other chemicals or anything, like, because, like, pads and tampons, they have chemicals embedded into the cotton and everything. But this, 0 chemicals, nothing else. It's literally just your period. It's just your blood, your unfertilized eggs, basically. I understand how much, like, that made me happy. Like, I'm not as, like, self-conscious, because, like, it's always been an issue that every time when I'm on my period, I'm always, like, very, like, like, literally, if I'm, like, somewhere in public, I'm literally going to, like, I would overly change my pads and my tampons purely because I don't want it to get to the point where my pad is so full that you can actually smell my period. So with this, I don't have to worry about it. And also the other thing is, like, literally you wear it, cause, well, for me anyway, I just change it bedtime. That's when I take it out, clean it, like, with warm water, rinse it off and everything, warm water, like, wash it off and then put it back in again, go to bed, wake up in the morning, then change it again, like, take it out, rinse it out, clean it off, and then put it back in again. So it's literally, like, twice. So it's like morning and bedtime. That's the only time you ever have to fast with. It's like you forget, like, you actually forget. Like, sometimes I even forget that I have it in me because it's that comfortable, you don't feel it. Or the, like, fear of having toxic shock syndrome. Oh my god, if I can tell you the amount of times I had that with tampons. Because obviously, like, with tampons and stuff, you're not really meant to, I think the minimum you can have a tampon in is for, like, 2 hours? 3 hours? I don't know. But this you can wear for, like, 12 hours. Literally the pros are, like, there's no period smell, you don't have to constantly change it, you even don't even have to think about that you have it in there. It's easy to insert it once you get to the point that, like, you figured out which fold is easier for you to put it in, and it's cost effective. The amount of money I would spend on pads and tampons before compared to this was like what, £18, and it lasted like 10 years. Do I need to say anything else? Like, cons, I don't really, the thing that I can't really say that is a con is just the adjustment period. That's pretty much all I can say. It's not even a con, it's just that the adjustment period in the beginning, initially when you start using it, you just have to figure out what works for you in terms of like the insertion and like taking it out and everything like that. Taking it out so easy, you just pinch it and then you pull it out, and then you dump your blood in the toilet and then you rinse it out. Like, it's that simple. Like, there's nothing else you need to think about. But that's the only thing I can say, is just like just figuring out what's comfortable, like which insertion method, which like fold method is easier for you to put it in, and then just making sure that the vacuum happens, because like once you put it in and then the cup opens, it forms a vacuum. It's just right underneath your cervix. See, before I used to think that it goes like you have to put it all the way up. You really don't have to shove it that high up. That's the thing. It doesn't have to go like, the cup is this long, right? So if you just think of like this, it's not that far up that you have to actually put it in there. Because like I used to think that I didn't want to try it before when I had the IUD, because I thought I would accidentally, some way, somehow pull out my IUD. But I don't know, maybe I could have. Okay, so the only con I can think of, potentially, if you are a virgin, it might not be ideal to use it. Like, it might be a bit painful for you to actually like get it in there. I mean, I don't know, I can't say, like, I don't know how it would feel for, I don't know, I really don't know how it would feel for a virgin to them like use this. I mean, that's why like you can try like other companies. I also said like other companies have like smaller cups, like smaller sizes. Like, well, I mean, you can't really use a teen one if you're an adult, because your flow might be a lot more heavier than that, so you might have to like change it quite frequently. But that's the only con I can think of, that like if maybe if you're a virgin it might not be as comfortable. But I don't know, I can't say, I don't know how that would feel for them. I can say, but other than that, like, all I can say from my end, I love it. That's pretty much all I had to share for this video, and I hope you like it. If you like the video, let me know. If you didn't like the video, let me know what you didn't like about it. And if you feel anyone would gain from knowing a little bit more about menstrual cup, if you are thinking about it, or if you know someone that might be thinking about it, or if you know someone, or I don't know, but like if you feel that this video will help anyone that bleeds from the vagina once a month or twice a month, then 14 apart, yeah, let them know. You can share this video with them, and yeah, I will see you in the next video.